welcome to the YYYY District Court. Court is in session. This is cause number 2021 CR 0702, State of Texas versus Sergio De La O. We're here today for a plea. We're conducting this hearing via video conference using the Zoom application. We're also using YouTube to live stream the proceedings to keep the hearing public. The time now is 2:08 p.m. on the 29th day of June 2021. These proceedings are official, they're on the record, and they're being recorded by the official court reporter. Counsel and all present are instructed to act as though you were in court, and all are instructed not to record the proceedings. And if I could have the attorneys make appearances, starting with the state of Texas, please.
Travis Banks for the state of Texas.
Raul Natividad for Sergio O.
And sir, are you the same Sergio De La O charged by indictment with assault of a peace officer? Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir.
And state, are we proceeding on the repeat offender allegation?
No, Your Honor, the state will waive and abandon that allegation.
All right, Mr. De La O, I'm going to use a function of Zoom called share screen. I'm going to show you the indictment in this case and ask you, are you familiar with this document?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Natividad, do we waive reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do, sir.
I'm going to get out of share screen. I will note that there is a discovery acknowledgement that's been signed and dated by both sides and doing the same, and I make it a part of the record. And then Mr. De La O, I'm going to go back to share screen. I'm going to show you a document that's called the defendant's consent to plea by video conference. I'm going to scroll through. There's an electronic signature. I'm using my cursor circle around. Is this your signature, sir?
Yes, sir.
By signing this, you're telling me two things. One, you understand that normally we do pleas like this live in an open court, but that you're consenting to do this plea by video conference. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
Furthermore, your electronic signature here, as well as all of your other electronic signatures throughout the plea packet in front of me, you're telling me that those are valid as if you personally signed them. Did you understand that when you signed this document?
Yes, sir, I do.
I approve the consent and I make it a part of the record. We're still in share screen, but now I'm showing you a document called the court's admonishments. I'm going to scroll through because it's several pages. I'll ask you, are you familiar with this document?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Electronic signature down at the bottom of page 3. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to get out of share screen. Sir, by signing the court's admonishments, you're telling me that you understand the court's admonishments, that you understand the rights are contained within it. Is that true?
True.
And that you want to give up those rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
And the rights that you're giving up is you have the right to a trial by jury. You have a right to confront the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent, which includes the right not to incriminate yourself and not plead today. Did you understand that before you signed this?
Yes, sir.
By signing this, you're also telling me you understand the consequences of a plea and the sentencing range of the offense, which is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand that before you signed this?
Yes, sir.
I approve the waivers that are contained within the court's admonishments. I make them a part of the record. So we're going to go back to share screen. I'm going to show you the plea bargain in this case. And ask you, are you familiar with this document?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
I did.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Your electronic signature to the left, I'm using my cursor circle around. There's another one to the right. I'm using my cursor circle around. Are these your two electronic signatures?
It is, sir.
This document details for me your agreement with the state as far as punishment is concerned, and I will let you know if I'm going to follow this prior to the entry of your plea. Punishment will be assessed with 2 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice with a $1,500 fine. There is no application for community supervision or deferred adjudication, and one of your signatures, the one to the left, waives your appeal. Is that your understanding of the agreement, sir?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, is that your understanding as well?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to get out of share screen. Sir, I'm not bound by a plea bargain. I do not have to follow this. Do you understand that?
I do, sir.
If I do follow a plea bargain, then you lose your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And that's true unless I grant you permission to appeal or unless certain motions were filed and ruled upon. Do you understand that?
I do.
Counsel, were there any such rulings in this case?
None. None.
If I do not follow the plea bargain, then I'll allow you to withdraw the plea and we'll proceed to trial as if this hearing never occurred. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'll note again, one of your signatures on the plea bargain waives your appeal. Are you a citizen of the United States?
No, sir.
I have some questions for your attorney. I'd like for you to listen to those answers, and then I will ask you some questions about that as well. Counsel, did you advise the defendant of the consequences of pleading no contest or guilty and the application of federal immigration law?
Yes, I did, sir.
Did that advice include possible consequences such as deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States, or the denial of naturalization?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe that your client understands the immigration consequences of a plea?
I do.
Do you believe that your client is entering this plea intelligently, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Yes, I do, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. De La O, did you hear what your counsel just said?
Yes, sir.
You affirm that your counsel advised you of the federal immigration consequences of a plea.
Yes, sir.
Did you understand that advice?
I did, sir.
Understanding the immigration consequences of a plea, do you intelligently, knowingly, and voluntarily make an upcoming plea?
No, sir.
Well, let me ask that again. That's kind of a confusing question. You're going to plea here in a few minutes, right? You're going to plea here in a few minutes. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you going to do that knowingly?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Are you doing that intelligently as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So understanding all that, well, let me ask you this. Are you doing this because the plea you're going to make in this case is true?
It is, sir.
And do you make the plea because the plea bargain is both fair and acceptable to you?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that deportation, exclusion from admission to this country, or the denial of naturalization under federal law is guaranteed to result from a plea?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Counsel, do you believe that your client has a factual and rational understanding of the charge pending against him?
Yes, he does.
Do you believe he's been able to assist you in the defense?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe he is mentally competent to waive rights and enter a plea here today?
Yes, I do.
Sir, to the offense that's listed on your indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty, sir.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty? Did you understand the question? Did you understand the question, sir?
Yes, sir. I did.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Is there any other purpose as to why you're pleading guilty?
No.
Other than the plea bargain, did anyone promise you anything in exchange for your plea today?
No, sir.
Did anyone force you or coerce you to plead today?
No, sir.
Going over this case with your attorney, do you believe that pleading here today is in your best interest?
Yes, sir.
Does the state have anything to offer to support the plea?
Yes, Your Honor, state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachment.
Is there any objections from the defense?
None, sir.
It is admitted. I reviewed State's Exhibit 1 and attachments before getting on the record and find that it is sufficient to support the plea. Sir, I find that your plea was freely, intelligently, and voluntarily made. There was sufficient evidence to support the plea and that you're mentally competent to enter into such a plea. And I find you guilty, sir. Counsel, is there any legal reason as to why your client cannot be sentenced today?
None, Your Honor.
Being no legal reason, in accordance with agreement with the state, sir, I sentence you to 2 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, and I'll give you credit for time served. There is a $1,500 fine. The time and the money shall run concurrent. Is there anything else from either side in regards to the plea or the sentencing?
Nothing further from the state.
Nothing on our end either, sir.
Sir, this is a plea bargain case. I followed the plea bargain, so you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You do not have the right to appeal. Also note that you waived your appeal in your plea bargain agreement. I'm making a certification of this for the record. I'll provide a copy of the certification to your attorney to provide to you. There being nothing else from either side, then good luck to you, sir. This matter is now concluded and we are in